Chicago, autumn, 1982. The city moved with its usual rhythm, but something sinister was brewing, hidden not in the streets but in the medicine cabinets of ordinary homes. Tylenol, a trusted name, became the vessel for an invisible killer. 12-year-old Mary Kellerman woke with a sore throat. Her parents gave her Tylenol. Hours later she was gone. The tragedy seemed random, until it wasn't. Adam Janus, a postal worker, took Tylenol for chest pain. He died suddenly. His grieving brother and sister-in-law, seeking relief from their own headaches, took Tylenol from the same bottle. Both died within hours, 3 members of one family gone in a day. The deaths multiplied. Mary McFarland, Paula Prince, Richard Reinert, healthy people, dead within hours of taking Tylenol. The only link, a familiar red and white capsule. The city was on the edge of a terrifying discovery. The medicine meant to heal had become a weapon. Panic began to ripple through the suburbs. No one could believe that a household staple was now a source of fear. The pattern was chilling, random, inexplicable, and deadly. The city braced for answers, not knowing the true scale of the threat. The trust in everyday remedies was shattered overnight. The first wave of terror had begun, and no one knew who would be next. The Tylenol murders had started, and nothing would ever be the same. The city's sense of safety was gone. The nation was about to wake up to a new kind of fear. The unseen threat had arrived, and it was hiding in plain sight. Off-duty firefighters Philip Capitelli and Richard Keyworth noticed a chilling pattern: multiple deaths, all linked to Tylenol. They alerted authorities, connecting the dots that no one else had seen. Soon the horrifying truth emerged: the capsules were laced with cyanide. Dr. Edmund Donahue, the medical examiner, confirmed the worst Tylenol bottles had been tampered with, filled with deadly poison, and returned to store shelves. Panic swept Chicago. Police cars blared warnings: "Do not take Tylenol." News bulletins interrupted every channel. The message was clear: your medicine could kill you. Pharmacies yanked Tylenol from shelves. People dumped bottles in the trash, terrified. Poison control centers were flooded with calls. The trust between consumer and company was shattered. The killer was faceless, the threat everywhere. The city held its breath, waiting for the next victim. The fear was intimate. No one felt safe in their own home. The ordinary had become deadly. Chicago was under siege not by a visible enemy but by a silent, invisible killer. The city's unity was forged in fear. The Tylenol scare was no longer just a local tragedy, it was a national crisis. The rules of safety had changed overnight. The nation watched, horrified, as the story unfolded. For the victims' families, grief turned to horror as the truth emerged. Their loved ones had been murdered by a random act of malice. The Janus family lost 3 members in a single day. The Kellermans lost their daughter to a simple act of care. The city's psyche was wounded. Trust in everyday products evaporated. People questioned everything: milk, bread, water. Was anything safe? The poisoner had weaponized trust itself. Fear spread beyond Chicago, uniting strangers in anxiety and vigilance. The media amplified the dread, looping warnings and updates. Every headache became a moment of hesitation. The innocence of the American marketplace was lost. The Tylenol murders had changed the way a nation viewed safety forever. The investigation was massive. Local police, state police, and the FBI joined forces. Their mission: find every contaminated bottle and stop the deaths. Investigators discovered more poisoned bottles even outside Chicago. The killer had tampered with bottles and returned them to store shelves. Johnson & Johnson faced a crisis. Chairman James Burke ordered a nationwide recall. 31 million bottles pulled, at a cost of over $100 million. The company set up hotlines and exchanged capsules for tablets. The hunt for the Tylenol man generated thousands of leads, but no arrests. James Lewis, who sent an extortion letter, was convicted of extortion, but never linked to the murders. The case remains unsolved. Johnson & Johnson pioneered tamper-resistant packaging, setting a new industry standard. The crisis forced change: visible, tangible security for consumers. The Tylenol tragedy became a catalyst for safety innovation. The Tylenol murders changed medicine forever. Before 1982, pill bottles had little protection. After, tamper-evident packaging became law. Foil seals, shrink bands, and sealed boxes are now standard, direct results of that dark autumn. Johnson & Johnson's response became a model for crisis management, putting safety before profit, communicating openly, and acting decisively. The killer was never caught, but the lessons endured. The victims, Mary, Adam, Stanley, Teresa, Mary, Paula, and Richard, are remembered not just as statistics, but as the reason for change. Every time you break a foil seal, you touch the legacy of 1982. The Tylenol murders are a story of tragedy, innovation, and resilience. Out of fear came progress, and a safer world for everyone. The shadow of the Tylenol man lingers, but so does the light of the lessons learned.